everybody, hope you're all well. Welcome back to my channel. I'm back today with some more Poundland DIYs for you. So everything that I'm going to be using in these DIYs I've bought from Poundland here in the UK. But depending on where you're watching, you could swap out some of these items for similar items that you could find in a bargain store near you. So hopefully these will still give you some inspiration. You'll still be able to make them wherever you're watching from. And because everything we're going to be using has come from Poundland, these all cost just a few pounds to make, so really good if you're on a budget. I've kept the design of these quite minimalistic, so hopefully they'll fit in with your home decor, or you could personalise them a little bit with some different paints and that sort of thing to fit in with your place. So if you make any of these, I'd absolutely love to see how you get on with them. Don't forget you can tag me in your pictures over on Instagram so I can have a look, and feel free to follow me over there. My main account is Mr. Carrington, and I also have my new home account, which is Mr. Carrington Home, and that's where you'll see how I kind of style up some of these pieces in my home. I think these are some of my favourite DIYs to date, particularly the table. I'm so pleased with how that came out, and it was so simple to do, and actually the brackets for that only cost me 25p each in the sale, and because the wood came from a skip, that little coffee table is £1 to make. I should say as well before we get going that there were a couple of mishaps along the way, which I have included because I wanted to be honest with you with the process of these, but we got through it and we managed to make them all. So yeah, I just have left those in though so you can see what went wrong. If you're new here, don't forget to click subscribe. I'm posting new videos every single week, and if you enjoy these DIYs, do give this video a thumbs up. So for this one, we're going to take one of these signs. This one says, some days you just have to create your own sunshine, but we're going to change this up. So first of all, I'm going to snip the tag off, and then we're going to give this a coat of paint. You can use whatever paint you like. I'm just going to use a little tester pot of emulsion in the colour white clay. And I'm going to set that to dry. As you can see, it hasn't quite covered it, so this will probably need a second or third coat. So now that this has dried and I put a second coat of paint on, I'm going to take two of these spice racks and add them onto the front. I think we can lose the hinges on the back actually, because we're just going to glue this on. And then starting at the base, we're just going to glue that one in place, and these ones do fit perfectly, so you don't need to trim the sign at all. And now this one's dry, we're going to take another one and glue it onto the base of that one upside down like that. If you wanted some extra strength, you could add some screws into here, but I think the glue should be enough for the amount of weight that we'll be putting on this one. This one I'm starting off with one of these wooden serving boards. I'm just going to give it a really light coat of emulsion. So I've got some grey paint here as well. This is chalk paint. I'm just going to mix a bit of that with the white and give it a bit more interest. And now what I'm doing is just dabbing on the white and the grey just in different sections, just to kind of make it look a little bit concretey, I guess. And if you use a piece of cardboard to paint on, it's really easy then to put it somewhere to dry. You can just lift the whole thing up. So now that that has dried, I'm going to take my Dymo label maker and write out a quote. I've just had a quick look online and picked one that I liked. And now I'm going to line them up and stick them into position. So just roughly space them out where you think they should go. Just gonna eyeball it. hope for the best, as always. And there you go. And feel free to let me know in the comments what your superpower is. For this one we're going to take these metal canisters, so we'll start off by removing the lids, and then I'm going to masking tape off the lower section. Just line it up to the dent, and take the tape all the way around. And a little tip for you when you get to the end, if you rip it off, just fold yourself a piece over like that so that you can easily pull it off afterwards. And then just go around and really make sure that that's all sealed, because we don't want any of the paint to bleed through. And then we're just going to paint this lower section a contrasting colour, so I'm going to stick with the grey that I've been using. The paint has now dried on our tin, so we can remove the masking tape. Oh, it has bled a little bit. Whoops. Not sure how. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Never mind. We'll have to go with it. Yeah, you might want to use some frog tape instead of masking tape. I'll go around and tidy that up. These things happen. I want to be honest with you. It's not always perfect, but you know, we're just having a bit of fun with this. So let's see how this one's done. Better? Interesting. Maybe it was the direction that I was painting. Maybe this tape's just rubbish. Maybe don't use Poundland masking tape for this. If that happens to you as well, you can just go around and use the edge of a credit card or a membership card and just tidy that up. And now we can add some labels to these. So I'm going to do one for coffee. For this I'm going to use 4 of these metal brackets. These are for hanging up hanging baskets and things like that. They're called wall brackets and they'll come from the garden section. These are the 12-inch ones. And you may find that you're able to use these screws as well. And then for the tabletop I've got a piece of plywood here that I salvaged from a skip. You can use any piece of wood that you like, or you could use an old wooden tray. And then you just want to make sure that you'll be able to fit all the legs onto it so that yeah, they can point towards the middle like that. And before I put the legs on, I'm just going to give it a sand with a sanding block. And then with the longest part on the outer corner, just go in at a diagonal from the corner and mark the holes. And I'm just going to drill each of these. Give those a little sand off. I'm just going to go in and screw on the brackets. Just be careful that your screws obviously aren't longer than the depth of the wood. Oh, I've done it the wrong way around. Okay, that's why it wasn't lining up properly. Always check first. Right, do that again. And there we have it. That is pretty much done. So that will stand up like so. For this you'll need one of these non-stick pizza trays with the holes in it and a couple of these steel hooks that you can get from the garden section. And you will need a length of wood. I'm just using this length of plywood that I rescued from a skip, but yeah, you can just use any length of wood that you like, and it can be as tall or short as you want. So I'm going to start off by giving this a sand down. First of all, I'm just going to add a hook to the top so that we can hang this up. You might want to use a bracket for this as well, depending on where you're going to be hanging this. And then decide where you want your mirror to go and just place the pizza tray into position. And just eyeball it to get it into the middle. The sticker on the back actually helps for this, and we're not going to see any of this, so don't worry about the sticker staying on there. You can see I'm kind of counting the holes at the sides as well, just to see if they roughly match up. Okay, I think we're good. And then what you want to do is just drill in a couple of holes and then add some screws just to hold this into position. Okay, so I think I've screwed this to the table. I have screwed this to the table. Yeah, that really wasn't supposed to happen, but it's okay. I stepped away from the DIY. I went outside for a walk, had a Greg's sausage roll. All is good. We're calm, we're gonna crack on. So take two, and don't forget to measure your screws against the wood to make sure they're not going to come out the other side. And then just below it, I'm positioning the hooks into place. So I'm just going to add those on now. Next, we're going to take one of the circular mirrors that you can find in the wedding section, and we're going to glue it onto here. So I'm just going to go on with some hot glue. I'm just going to go straight on into the centre with it, and just apply gentle pressure onto the centre to hold it into place while it dries. And that's it, so all you need to do now is hang it up. So there we are. Let me know what you thought of these in the comments down below. Let me know which one's your favourite, and don't forget, if you make any of these, I would absolutely love to see how you get on with them. So don't forget to tag me in your pictures over on Instagram. I'll leave all the links for you down below. If you enjoy these Poundland DIYs, I've done quite a few of them. If you haven't seen those already, I will also link the playlist for you so you can watch through all of the Poundland DIYs. If you've got any ideas of things you'd like me to make in the future, do let me know what those are as well, and I will do my best to make them for you. If you're new here, don't forget to click subscribe, and do give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye. Bus, plane, what's next? These are certainly airtight. Oh, sorry table.